Good morning, Eagle Nation. It is Wednesday. We've made it to another Wednesday. My goodness, is the 22nd of September. It's the first day of fall. Autumn has technically arrived. It's a time in which there is approximately equal values of light and dark in our day and our night. So days will, of course, be getting cooler from here on out. It's also our 34th day of school. Wherever you may be, please stop, please stand, let's rise together for this morning's Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Lots of stuff going on. Check this out. We had our results back from our pool testing, and it came back all negative results. That means that in all of those that were tested, not a single one of those results came back positive for COVID, which means that's a celebration for you, staff and students. You have all been doing your part to wear masks, stay in cohorts, keep your distance, wash your hands, stay in your zones, and it matters, and it's showing, and it's paying off. This is proof that we can, for example, do things when we come together and work in unison and with purpose and focus. Last year, we were the only school that had third grade results, for example, across the whole district where scores went up when everybody else's went down. We finally got all of our clocks, the digital and the analog clocks, and the bells to work in synchrony. Clocks are running on time. We got pool testing going on finally. Took 2 failed attempts, but we stayed with it. On the 3rd attempt, we got it done, and all negative results. We are a community school, which means that we live our values. When we do things as a community, kids are healthier, kids are safer, and kids learn. So keep up the great work, Emerson. Keep up the great work, Eagle Nation. We do great things when we come together. Also today, we continue this discussion of the word greed, and greedy is the adjective, right? Greed was the noun, greedy was the adjective. So we can use in the same sentence the word as a noun and as an adjective. We could say, for that dog, remember the dog with the steak in his mouth that dropped it in the pond? We could say, the greedy dog dropped his steak into the pond because of his own greed. The greedy dog dropped his steak into the pond because of his own greed. In that way, we've used the word greedy as an adjective to describe the noun dog, and we've used greed as a noun because of his own greed, which is a person, place, or thing. So remember, words can have different functions depending on how you use them in a sentence, but they also can have different functions depending on what inflections you might add by changing, for example, greed to greedy. That's our simple language lesson for today. Let's get to some other news. What else is going on? We have a curriculum night. Annual curriculum night tonight is going on from 5:30 to 6:30. It is a virtual event. The link has been sent many times. Students, please remind your parents to attend. We'd love to tell them what's going on at Emerson. We're going to share with them the same data, teachers, the same data that you had a chance to go over with at our last staff meeting. We're going to share that with parents tonight so they have a similar perspective to what you have and can see what's going on. What are our discussions about, and how have they led us to understand that vocabulary is a critical need for us at Emerson and for all of you, our students. If you haven't yet read the article that Ms. Jenner sent around about the 1,000,000-word literacy gap, please check out that article. It supports the work that we are doing, and students, it'll let you know if your teachers are pushing you on vocabulary and word walls, it's because they know we need it, and you're going to read like the wind blows. I don't know what that means, but the point is, love your words, love vocabulary, and keep building upon them every single day. Let's get to a couple of other things. It is, as you know, a continuation of Hispanic Heritage Month. And we had a submission from Ms. Sparks. Ms. Sparks, I wanted to tell you thank you. Today, on this 22nd day of September, we are celebrating Justice Sotomayor. If you are not sure who Sonia Sotomayor is, she's the first Hispanic and the 3rd female Supreme Court Justice in the United States. She was born in the Bronx, New York on June 25th of 1954, earned her bachelor's in 1976 from Princeton University, an Ivy League school. She graduated summa cum laude and received the university's highest academic honor. In 1979, she earned her Juris Doctorate from Yale Law School, where she served as an editor of the Yale Law Journal. Point being, everybody, she's extremely smart, but also she works incredibly hard. And it took her decades before she finally arrived to be the first Hispanic and the third female justice of the United States Supreme Court. If you'd like to learn more, check out, not below, check out above the video, but there's a link at the bottom as well. You can click on that link and learn about not just Justice Sotomayor, but other justices as well. Put her in the context of the other 8 justices. And wanted to say thank you for our song dedication today. That came from Bastian. I should say Bastian again. Thank you, Bastian, for that submission. That song was Hymn of the Earth by Tenger Cavalry. And he wanted to dedicate that song to Mr. L, to Mrs. Munoz, to Miss Anna, to Mrs. Ewan, and to Mrs. Flathers. Thank you, Bastian, for that song dedication. Thank you, Ms. Sparks, for your submission for today's celebration of Justice Sotomayor. And thank you to everybody for doing your part to keep us safe and to participate in pooled testing for those of you that did. If you didn't yet, there's time to sign up. We'll do it again next Tuesday. And we're going to do a raffle that includes everybody, just for doing your part to keep everybody safe. And there'll be a little additional piece for people who are participating in pooled testing. So we want to incentivize and encourage that because it's helpful. Now some words of wisdom so you can get to the business of teaching and learning. Today is on the topic of kindness. Kindness. What do we human beings want for the future? Do we want to stop violence? Do we want to live in a world that is fair and safe for all people? Most of us would answer yes to these questions. Albert Schweitzer, who is a great humanitarian and a doctor, says this: everyone should practice true humanity toward his fellow men or towards her fellow women. On that depends the future of humankind. In other words, Dr. Schweitzer is saying that the future of our world depends on everyone's learning to be fair and kind to one another. That sounds like a simple solution, don't you think? It comes back to this idea of thinking globally, but acting locally. So today, remember Albert Schweitzer's words. Let's start treating each other with respect, honoring each other's differences, not tolerating them, honoring them, and being kind to one another. With something to think about. This is Mr. Lodato. Mask up, keep your distance, stay in your cohorts and your zones, and make it a great day, or not. The choice is yours.